that basically has been spawned from the hippie rebellion and the counterculture from the 1960s is full orbed today, and the seed bed of what started back then is now full orbed today, i.e. Madeline Murray O'Hare going into Congress, single-handedly getting prayer out of the public schools because she was an atheist and she didn't believe in God. Therefore, she thought in her mind it was justice to get God out of the public schools, justice to get creation out, justice to get the Bible banned and prayer banned, justice. Why? Because we're atheists. So they say, we don't believe. We're the community of the non-believers. We don't want to believe. We don't care to believe. And anyone who thinks that there is a God, we just discount in our society. So the atheists and the evolutionists have now created a counterculture for themselves. And they're living in the pigsty of the mud that they've chosen to create for themselves. They don't love life. Oh, they say they do. They don't see good days. Oh, they say that they are living in good days and they're happy. They're all liars. There is no happiness. There is no joy. There is no satisfaction. There is no meaning. There is no rapturous joy of the soul without God and Jesus Christ. I'm telling you that's the fact because I know it to be so by experience. That's the thing these clowns don't have. And they need to be told that they're clowns. Because they are. Jesus called people dogs, swine. Don't cast your pearls before swine who won't appreciate. You think God in heaven is going to cast his pearls of his own presence before swine and pigs who don't want to know him? You must think again. You must rethink. Because I, the Lord, he says, test the heart, I try the mind. The eyelids of the Lord test the sons of men to see if there's any who understand, if there's any who seek God. He knows what's up. He doesn't have to explain himself to anybody. He's made ample provision for salvation, and his grace and his love and his mercy is shown. The really ironic thing about these people who mock the living God is that the alternative to how we got here is as moronic as the statements that they say. However, when we have a finality in the person of God, when we have a being in whom we can know why we're here, how we got here, how we could know him, and where we're going, the world rejects that. Oh, I see. That's intelligent. It's moronic. It is moronic. It's not intelligent. It is the gross evil of our society that likes to hide out in their darkness and likes to look at the ills of religion throughout the centuries and religious acts and religious problems and religious idiocy, which there have been much of, and this still goes on today, and thinking that somehow they can throw out the baby with the bathwater of all this other stuff that has gone on in the name of God, but they think that the baby of God's truth somehow has been discounted in their thinking, simply because in their estimation there has been a lot of bad done in the name of religion, hasn't there? Therefore, God must not be there, right? Well, that's like saying, with all the bad that goes on in baseball, with Barry Bonds lately, being indicted for drug use and steroid use and lying and perjury. That's like saying Rafael Palmeiro, who was was lied about in the grand jury testimony about Balco. Same with Mark McGuire. These guys will probably be left out of the Hall of Fame, barring some reversal and change of heart by the commissioners of baseball. That's like saying baseball doesn't exist because these other guys did the game bad. Oh, I see. But of course they don't think that way. So what they do is that they take the bad apples and they discount all of the rest of the of baseball. Oh, I mean, they won't do that, but they'll do that when it comes to religious proclaimers, those who have had faith in the living God down throughout the ages. And because of the problems that free choice and free will gives us, by being free moral agents, we are responsible, if we claim to have a relationship with God, to live honorably and uprightly before Him, to learn to love the Lord our God with all of our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to learn progressively to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And as Jesus said, if anyone is willing to know, oh, they don't like to hear that because it puts the responsibility back in their court. But if anyone is willing to know whether the things I speak come from God or whether I speak out of my own resources, or what I think, he will know. And you will know of the truth, and the teaching and the truth will set you free. So, we are dealing with a half-witted, evil society that for some reason, other than, the only reason is they don't want God in their life. And because they don't want the living God in their life, we see their statements, we're seeing their activities, and we're watching their parade go by as the Christian church, as they just yelp and scream against us. As the parade passes by, we're watching them, as they're doing their thing, speaking against God, mocking, as they go merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but, an illusion, so they think, a dream.